All right, y'all. New year, new hair, new me. Let me show y'all how I created this bust down sewing. It's been a hot minute since I did one, but I'm gonna show you how I did it. First, I need you to get a nice braid down. They're gonna look like some prison braids, but that's okay because no one's gonna see them underneath. Then if your hair has a little hang time, a little length, then you are going to take your hair and you are going to sew down the rest of the braid and just make it flush against your scalp. So here I am showing y'all how to do that. A curved needle works so much better than a straight needle, but to each his own. We are just going to make sure we have no loose hair and we are going to just braid it down. There's no way to perfect this, just lay it down, especially with curly hair. It doesn't need to look pretty and it doesn't need to look super flat. Now I did leave a little hair at the bottom, at the nape of my neck, as you can see, in case I wanted to go to the gym and do like a updo ponytail. This is completely optional. But overall, you want to make sure that your braids are tight, because the tighter it is, the longer your sewing is going to last. Now, I don't want y'all out here getting a headache now, but definitely make sure it is secure. If done properly, you can get a good 3 months out of your sewings. I know back in the day, back in my college years, I definitely used to rock my sewings for 3 months. You are going to be washing it, you're going to be working out, you're going to be sweating, you're going to be doing the most in it. So each time you go to rummage in your hair, you don't want it to be loose. Boom, this is the finished product, and I'm showing y'all my leave out here. So as you can see, this is my leave out. And even if you add too much, like if you leave too much of your leave out, I'll show y'all, like you can definitely add another braid and just close it up. I decided to leave my edges out in case I want to pull my hair back for a ponytail when I go to the gym. Or if the wind blows, like I just don't want to be giving tracks. So, and again, if you decide to, like, oh, I don't want to leave that much out, you can simply braid it up and add a track over top of it. So it's very versatile. But yeah, I sewed up all of that, and now it is time to add the bundles. So I washed them and let them air dry overnight. We're gonna start with the 12 inch. I did 12, 10, and 8. I'm usually a 20 to 30 inch girly, but here we are. We're giving natural. Like, she woke up like this, and essentially, she did. Okay, so we are gonna double the tracks in the back. So I'm just gonna just half it. And what I washed it in was apple cider vinegar. Actually, I'll put all the information at the bottom. But you definitely want to use some apple cider vinegar. And I'll be putting dish detergent in there too, because this stuff has been sitting in factories all day. You don't know how long. And it could be a lot of whatever on it. So, all right, so I legit haven't done a sew-in since 2015, but I'm sure it's like riding a bike. We are starting by putting the needle inside of the weft just to secure it, and then you want to then loop it through the braid. I've been using these banana clips, I think that's what they're called, to just secure and lay the track flush up against my head as I sew. You can definitely do the flip over method if you like, or you can cut your tracks. I honestly did a little bit of both because I didn't really have time to just continue flipping over. I just kind of wanted to measure it and get the length of the track in the bundle of where I wanted it placed. Now I did do the loop over method. I'm not sure if you can see that, but as I put the needle through the track, I pulled and then I looped it over. And you want to make sure that the tracks are closely together in the back to give as much length as possible in the fullness. And as you can see, I am doing the loop over method right here. All right, so this is a full bundle of 14 in the back of my head. And I'm going to continue laying more tracks. Right now I'm just clamping it Again, when you start a new track, it's important to weave the needle and thread through the track. When I say track, I mean the weft of the track, just to secure it properly. I notice it's so much easier when you don't make your threads so long. Just make it shorter, especially if your arms aren't that long like mine. Just makes it easier. And I had at least 4 laid out and pre-threaded just to speed up the process, because it is going to get a little tedious. But in the beginning, you definitely want to make sure that first track is secure when you first lay it flush to your head. So go over that area at least 4 times. Over the course of 3 months, there will be a lot of pulling, a little updo, a little spraying, a little combing, some washing, whatever it may be, and you just want your bundles to be secure. It would be super strenuous to have to go back through and retighten those areas. So just make sure you get it done the first time so that you don't have to go back. As you can see, I'm looping it through the braid. You want to secure the track to the braid and then loop the thread back through, essentially creating like a knot and then pulling it taut. It's important that when you go through your tracks, you want to have it secured to a foundation braid and not just random, because it can put a lot of strain on your natural hair and you don't want any breakage when you go to take down your braids. So that is the whole purpose of creating those foundation braids. Now you can lay a net down over top of your braids just for extra security, and so there's not even more tension on your actual braids, but as you can see, I didn't use that method. Now you do want to keep it as straight as possible, but again, with curly hair, it's not as tedious as it would be with straight. Here I am showing you how I end my thread. You are just going to create a knot here and just hold your finger in place as you create a knot. Loop the needle through the thread and then just pull it all the way down. And I just put 2 knots in the thread before I cut it. All right, so initially I decided to have that little braid in the front as leave out, but I wanted more hair to fall into my face, so I decided to rebraid it and just cornrow it down and then use a bit of the 10-inch to put right there on the beam of that braid. Again, just to make it fuller and to have the hair fall directly in my face. So here, okay, so now that I have it fully sewn in, again, I'm just going to take it and just do a braid out. That way it just pre-games the hair, makes it curly. You can just blend it, add mousse to it. You can spray it with water and blend it with your natural curl pattern. And it also helps keep it out the way as you install the rest of the bundles of hair, because this hair is going to get big. I have 3 full bundles that I'm going to add to my head. There you go. All right, so this is the 3rd track that I added. And this is still the 12-inch, y'all. I'm just finishing this track here, and then I'm gonna go in with the 10-inch. And then hopefully, this is the leave out that I have left, and the leave out over here. All right, so I just grabbed the next inch, 10-inch, and I have it clipped right here, and I'm getting ready to sew it around the perimeter of the leave out. Already did one row. I'm getting ready to twist it and braid it. Good. All right, so I am already finished. I'm at the top. This is my leave out here. So I just did one single track and I'm just gonna lay it on the inside of the part so it's flat versus putting it on top of the braid. And it really doesn't matter because the hair is curly. Now if you're doing straight hair, like gone straight, I recommend this method, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it regardless. And I'm just gonna lay the track like this. And this is what the rest of the hair looks like. This was the other track that I did that I didn't do a braid out yet with, but I just did a braid out with all of the hair that I did thus far. So again, this is the only leave out that I have, and then this is the leave out. So I can do a flip over and just have my hair blend. But yeah, I'm gonna show you what it looked like when I'm done. All right, we are done. I am just taking my braid out down just to see the volume, to see how it looks overall. I do have an entire 8-inch bundle left, and then I still have a lot of the 10-inch. So I'm gonna just take it out and see the volume and see where I can add more pieces. Okay, so 2.5 bundles is a lot of hair. I personally like big hair. So I went back and finished the rest of the bundles, and I doubled some tracks in some areas, especially in the front. That leave out that I had in the very front, that little braid, I rebraided it and I did exactly the same and just re-secured it and added 2 bundles and doubled the width and put it on there because I like the fullness. Here I am. All right, so it's the next day. I slept on this hair in a satin bonnet, and now I'm just taking it down so y'all can see the aftermath. As you can see, this looks very similar to African American natural 4C hair, which is why I got it. And here is the finished product. Look how natural this hair is giving, you guys. You can't tell me this ain't my real hair. I hope y'all enjoyed this video of how I mix my 4C hair with these 3 bundles. Y'all take care.
Running out of breeze, spinning through identity, reveal another pretty little scheme.